Hi, this is Robert coming to you with another auto care tip. And the reason I'm bringing you these tips is because I've had cars that lasted over 400,000 miles. I've had a few that lasted over 200,000 miles. I've never had to junk a car that I didn't buy that was already junked. So I want to give you these tips to help you get the most out of your car and help your car last as long as you need it to. The thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is maintenance and repairs on a car. A lot of people don't know this, but when they have a, let's say, Volvo, when they think about repairs and maintenance, they think about taking their car to the Volvo dealer. If they have a Mercedes, they have the tendency to believe that they need to take their Mercedes to the Mercedes-Benz dealer. And there may be a few perks that you get in taking the car to the specific manufacturer's outlet, but let me tell you something. You can often save a lot of money by taking your car elsewhere, and the elsewhere that you take it will often do as good a job as the specialty shop. For instance, I had a friend that had a Mercedes that had a brake warning light come on in the dash, saying that the brake pads needed to be replaced. I don't know if they did it out of excitement or what. They contacted me. I went over and looked at the brakes. The brake pads were good, still had a lot of meat on them. Well, what had happened was the last person that had done the brake job didn't install the sensor properly, and the sensor got damaged and it threw a code. So I told them they got a few years left on those brake pads, and I showed them how to check the brake pads so that they can look after that themselves. I'm going to go get the sensor and install that so that maybe that warning light will go out. But there are many places that they could have taken that Mercedes to get the brakes checked to verify that those pads did not have to be replaced. I hate to say it, but if she'd have pulled that car into the Mercedes dealership, there's a 50-50 chance of whether they would have told her if she needed brake pads or not. And they might have done a $600 brake job on her car. Now, a lot of shops, either an independent shop around town or another certified dealership, may be able to change those brake pads on that Mercedes for $100, $200, $300 less than the dealer would charge to put those brake pads on. Now, I personally have never worked for an auto dealership, but I know how to change the brake pads on that Mercedes. See, a lot of this auto technology is similar and engineered the same as other manufacturers. So there may be 3 different ways to change brake pads among all the car manufacturers. There may be 3 different ways to change a timing belt among all car manufacturers. So if you need a timing belt done, you don't have to take it to the Volvo shop that charges $143 an hour, when you can take it to an independent shop that maybe charges $55 an hour to get that same job done. And let me tell you, I've heard of people taking their car to the branded dealership, driving away from the branded dealership and not making it home before the car caught fire. Do you think that dealership took responsibility for maybe a mistake a mechanic made? Absolutely not. So anything can happen, but I'm telling you that you might want to consider pricing the services that you get with your car. You can get an oil change anywhere. You can get your brakes changed at many locations. You may have to supply the parts, or they may have to go get the parts. If you give them a couple days warning, they can do that. So don't feel stuck to your branded make of the manufacturer to get repairs and servicing done on the car. You might be able to save a lot of money and get just as good a service going elsewhere. Hope that helps.